Aquarius. Aquarius, this is G. We are looking at your October, but we're doing it a little bit differently. We're looking at the eclipse. We're finding out, where does the eclipse happen in your life? So I will talk a little bit about the eclipse, and I will also talk about Mars. We're going to talk about Mars because it's kicking off like a new beginning, a new endeavor in an area of your life. And it will have its foothold there for the next 6 to 7 months. And so this is a big deal, right? So just talking about these two things, it's new and it's beginnings. What is new? What is beginning? Who will be involved? What area of my life will this be in? And we're going to have a bonus. We're going to pull a card for each of those events. So the Scorpio new moon in October, a solar eclipse. So what the hell does all that mean? Well, anytime you hear me say solar, it means new. It's the sun. And so the sun represents this new beginning. It's kind of like, the sun is your energy, your gas tank filled up, or your batteries fully plugged and charged in. And it's also how you radiate and shine. It's your unique individual way of being. In the sign of Scorpio, it's about your shared values. And it's with people that you're really close to. So this could be inheritances for some folks, because that's Scorpio energy. It's money, it's shared values, but it's like old money, right? Because it's Scorpio. It's money that's been around, that's been established, so that's why we talk like about Scorpio that way, because it's kind of got a lot to do with the past, right? It's Pluto energy. So it's like soul's history. So there could be like family energy happening, but it also has Mars energy attached to it because they co-rule Scorpio energy. There's like a lot of action being taken, okay? There's a lot of let's do this, let's get up and go. And it's a new beginning because it's a new moon. So for you, Aquarian energy, this new moon begins. This is all about your career. I have many Aquariuses who have been inquiring about their careers and where is this all going, and questions and concerns about, I've been bebopping back and forth doing like a part-time thing here, part-time here, doing multiple semi things, right? Semi permanent things, and it just not feeling secure. Well, you have an eclipse happening in your 10th house. You have an eclipse happening there. It's a new beginning with shared values, a new beginning, something about your past and your emotions, but it's bonded energy. So it's like, think about this. It's your 10th house, so it's your goals and your ambitions, right? So it's like your career. It's what I want to do. It's my vocation, something you would do whether you got paid to do it or not, right? So if it's in Scorpio, it's about shit that matters. It's not going to be flimsy kind of stuff. And if yours, depending upon your specific birth chart, some of this may sound awkward or it might be spot on for you, okay? You may have multiple signs in your 10th house. But this new moon happens at 2 degrees in Scorpio energy. So if you know a little bit about astrology, look it up and find out where it's at. If you don't know anything and you want to know, just comment to me and I will find that out for you exactly. I'll see, is there something else there for you? Is this right on your midheaven, or, just how big of a deal will this be or not be for you, right? So it's a new beginning. Scorpio energy is like Phoenix rising energy. So it's almost like there's a release and a let go. But because it's a solar eclipse, it's a new beginning, right? And so again, that degree is important. Scorpio is the great investigator. It's the great researcher, right? It can handle taking deep dives with information and research. They are the big nose of the zodiac. Like, you're never going to find a person who is more inquisitive and nosy than Scorpio energy, because it not only can look at information and dig through it and like to research, but it can energetically penetrate another person's energy. So that sounds pretty intense. Another good Scorpio word, intense. So you're going to want a vocation, a job, or career that requires some depth to it. Like, if it's intense, so this would be people who are either in war or battles, like soldiers, because it's Scorpio energy. But maybe it's like medics. Maybe it's people who are into medicine. Maybe it's people who are helping to heal those who've been injured in battle, because that's Scorpio energy. Yeah, that's Scorpio energy. So this can also be a little bit of psychology involved too, because it's deep. It's deep. It's talking about stuff that's hidden, deep buried wounds. So it's not just the physical and the material and the tangible, it's feelings and emotions and the past, right? So That's some deep stuff, right? And now this is also uh, relationship energy, but it's the kind of relationship energy where it's professional. But when you strike up professional relationships with people, these are folks you've had past lives with, or you have other lifetime energy with. You could put it like that. So in other words, you guys get along. There's some sort of a familiarity. There's just an energetic bond that occurs professionally. But it's not like, yeah, it's not something you can really put your finger on. It's just there, right? It's just there. It exists. So that's a new beginning for you in work, in career. So it might even be something as simple as a new goal or a new ambition or a new responsibility. So meeting some folks you possibly never knew, but because your souls had that familiarity, it might be a grand new beginning of new soul stories. It's in the 10th house of career. So it's got a professional aspect to it. So here we go. We're going to give you your card for your new beginning. Your solar eclipse in Scorpio. Remember, Scorpio is like that Phoenix rising. So it was like a closure and an ending, but then there's this new, beautiful new beginning that occurs. I'm being told to take this top card. I just shuffled a few times. We're getting the very top card. I have no idea what it is. Look at this. So here we have a really cool card. The moon is very prevalent, and so is Pisces energy. Take a look at this. I love this because this is the Scorpio new moon eclipse is water, right? Look what's on your card. Water, that's Cancer energy, home and family, and the past. Past is here. But then we also have Pisces energy. Yeah, look at that. Pisces energy. Fascinating. This represents history, soul history, Pisces, another lifetime, however you want to look at it. It's also understanding and unity. That's Pisces. It's very, very creative energy, which you have a super creative midheaven because, like I was saying, your midheaven is the same as your career and your goals and your ambition, and you have Scorpio there. Very creative energy is Scorpio energy. Love stuff that's intense, that's powerful, that makes a difference. That's yeah, Scorpio's like it's got to have meaning. Damn it, I don't I don't like fluff at all. Scorpio does not like fluff. So this is a trine energy. Just so you know, this is super beneficial for you, super helpful. It represents a lot about emotions with the family, though, right? Because it's the moon there. Feminine energy, very strong, very strong. Feminine here and feminine here. Family, mom, and mothering. Is there a mother wound that you're healing, right? Is there some sort of a, what is this in the glass? What was that fable, that fairy tale, the Disney one, right? Isn't that, uh, I want to say Snow White, right? Snow White, like in the glass casket type of thing, surrounded by all the roses and stuff. And it looks kind of morbid in a way, right? Because it's like, okay, so someone's dead, haha, but she wasn't. Prince Charming came by and gave her that kiss, and she came to life, right? Right. That's exactly, I believe, what happened. And so this is kind of also what this represents. This is the mother and a child hand, a little one and a big one, however you want to look at it. And so there's some nurturing going on. So if you felt like you've been ending something, you are. Because anytime something is in Scorpio, right? Anytime we talk about Scorpio, Scorpio is all about letting go and releasing because it's like injuries, it's wounds, it's stuff from the past. It's like we got to let this go because once we let go, we can move on. We can go forward, right? And we can elevate because Scorpio on a grand scale, when it's a higher energy, it becomes the eagle. It's like the phoenix rising, right? Think about that, the mythical bird. But if you want to step aside from the mythical stuff, then think of the eagle. The eagle is the Scorpio. It flies up and it has the ability to see the big picture. And look what you have in your card, Pisces. Pisces is the big picture. It sees it. It sees the whole thing. It's number 12, right? So it sees everything that's been happening and it gets it. It gets understanding. And with that understanding, it comes with unity. So there's something healing and beautiful for you with this new eclipse energy that you're going to have in Scorpio. A brand new beginning, remember, it's in your career, your goals, and your ambitions. Now, let's talk about your Mars energy. Since the end of August, you've had Mars in your 5th house. Now, you probably don't need me to tell you this because you've probably already felt it. Did you meet somebody new? Like a romantic other? Because it's in the location of romance. Romance, fun, uh, taking a risk with my body. Yeah, Mars is there. So when Mars is in that location, Mars wants to take action. Mars isn't going to just sit still. Now, this location is also the placement of children. Like it's the energy of we can make a baby because, yeah, romance. Yeah, right. Get a partner and holy crap, you can make a baby. And Mars is here. So keep that in mind, Aquarius. If you're not looking, if you're not if you're one of your goals doesn't include parenthood, keep this in mind because you have Mars in your 5th house of having a good time with my body and being able to create children for the next 6 to 7 months, right? It's all the way into like March, April of 2023. Mars energy is like my physical body. Let's take action. I'm impatient. I'm all about my desires. I'm all about my passions and following those passions and those desires instead of thinking. So just keep that in mind when you're thinking about, what your ambitions and goals are. All right. Now, if that's something you want, then this is beautiful. This is wonderful. This is quite magical. It's Mars in that placement of children, fun, joy, creativity, and laughter, right? Doing things that make you laugh. So this is a very physical location. So if you're not looking to be physical to make a baby, then be physical in other creative ways. So you could be writing, right? Literally, you could be writing because it's Gemini energy, talking, vlogging, right? Start vlogging, do something with that creative energy, right? You could even take it another level and you could take up a sport. You could even take up a sport because it's Mars. It needs to do something with its energy. It's like, I got to do this. Like I can't just sit on this, man. I got to take action. It's Mars, and so Mars is like that. What do they say? What's that saying? Piss or get off the pot. It's like one or the other. Like do it or move, right? Just if you can't do it, then get out of the way. Let somebody else take their chance. So Mars is taking action in your 5th house. Joy, children, creativity, romance, taking a risk with my body. This is also this energy is also, I'm hearing as it's coming through, I am hearing the housing market and money and trade and the stock market. I'm hearing that. Do you do that for fun? Do you gamble for fun? Do you partake in digital assets, whether it's crypto or yeah, because you've got strong energy there to if you weren't doing it before, you may find yourself starting to do it. Again, this is the housing market as well. So keep that in mind. Mars is going to be doing a retrograde here. So whatever you're doing, you're going to be redoing. So this is for the next 6 or 7 months. Just keep in mind it's an experiment. Okay, it's not to it's to get involved, do something with it, and realize you got to be flexible. You're probably going to be making changes. There's probably going to be choices and options they're going to come across in conversations and communications, whether it's from siblings and coworker energy. This is sales. This is learning. This is school. Possibly you like learning for fun, teaching for fun, right? You find it fun. Young kids, teaching young kids. So that could even be, like I said, sports or literally intellect, books and schools and that kind of stuff. So let's pull your card and see what other information we can get for you. Again, I'm hearing this is it, the one on top. So what do we got? This is fascinating. Look at this. You've got like this magical Merlin card. It's Scorpio energy. I love this for you. You see the Scorpio energy up there? Scorpio's kind of got like that metaphysician energy. It's like the Merlin, right? Yeah. Look at that. The metaphysician. Or yeah, I don't know whatever word you want to use. You let me know. But because there's a sun and the moon on this card, it represents a new beginning. So this follows up. But it has to do, this is so crazy. This is Leo energy. This is Leo energy, which is super crazy because I just spoke about Leo energy. fun, children, romance, joy, creativity, taking a risk with your body, possibly gambling, digital assets, social media, the housing market. Do you sell homes? Stuff like that. This is that. This is Leo energy. So it is children. It is children, but it is being, having a good time, right? So how do you have a good time? I'm not sure if you use thoughts, if you write, if there's thinking. Yeah, this would be like spells or, just again, this is like the Merlin, the metaphysician, the magician, whatever you want to call this picture. This is really strong energy, making stuff happen, literally, like making your dreams, making your wishes come true. So again, I'm going to give you those keywords for the location where this card is for. It's all about creating. So do you want physical children, or do you literally create? Like, do you write? Do you write screenplays? Is there possibly music involved? Are you just like a reporter? Are you a vlogger? What do you write about? Are you writing about deep topics? Because that's that Scorpio energy up here on the card, and you had a new moon in Scorpio, writing about shit that matters. Are you writing about illusions and delusions, right? Is there something happening where you have clarity, where you can share with others? This card represents a new beginning because it's the sun and the moon together. And anytime we have the sun and the moon, it's a grand new beginning. Okay. So this Mars energy, this card supports that new beginning. It supports it. The question is, what is it that you want? What new endeavor are you embarking on? What new journey are you taking? Just remember, it's an experiment, which is kind of like what Merlin is, almost looks like Merlin is doing. There's a fire here, and whether this is a potion or whatever, it's like, okay, is this the right one? Does this work? Do I have to tweak it? Do I have to make some changes? Possibly, absolutely, because it's Mars retrograde we're talking about all the way until April, and that fifth house energy. Children, fun, joy, creativity, what I do for fun, how do I have a good time with my body, and romance. So enjoy your October, Aquarius, but enjoy the next 6 months of creating and choices and options. So below the video, I'll have all the degrees for those of you who like to pay attention to the degrees in your chart. Again, if you don't know and you want to know, just comment below.